society. I'm a firm believer, and you may disagree with me if you want, that there's, oh geez.
I have a brother who's not afraid to fly, but I worry all the time that he will stay alive. He's done a lot of stuff that makes me wince. He's telling stories and dancing on the fence. Oh, life is a place between death and joy.
Welcome to Mountain MGTOW, where you're always welcome. Hey everyone, it's been a while. The sun's finally come out to play a little bit. I actually made a video like this back in October, I believe it was, end of October. And I realized I couldn't keep going with the really bad audio that I had. So now I've kind of got a new setup going. Got my lavalier microphone. Hopefully it does well this time. I think so. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty well. Over the winter time, it's difficult to get time to and weather to film a video on location. Locations such as these. I mean, it's nice out here. But we have to understand about where I live here out on the west coast in Canada. We get over 200 days of rain per year. John the other would know. I would much rather be in a sunnier spot. However, when you get this much rain, you do get a lot of lush green forest type of area. And I kind of like that. So it's a trade-off. You certainly appreciate the sun a hell of a lot more when you're living in a rainforest. Anyways, so like I said, I shot a video before with topics that I'm going to talk about now. Again, I'm not as frustrated now because at least this time I know my audio is good. Before you couldn't even damn hear me. So on to the video. I got notes. So I want to talk about where we go as men. Where we go after the red pill, after the rage, after we don't want to ridicule or waste energy on laughing at women anymore. It's not about that anymore. I try to stay away from it. And there's a lot of risk right now. You can't talk badly about women without getting deplatformed, demonetized, of course. I'm not monetized now anymore. This is my third channel, but I never really did anything with the second channel. So you can't say much. Definitely not to the traditional MGTOW topics. But I still want to share stuff with you. So right now, everything is gynocentric. And it's getting to a peak right now. We're in peak clown world, as they say. And they're not giving any leeway in the other direction. So all the Gestapo the officers and people in charge are coming down hard on free opinion. You're not allowed to have an opinion. I've gotten banned so many times for just commenting that you can only laugh about it now. Don't paint a target on your back, fellas. It's better to keep things to yourself. Because those who are unprepared, they're going to suffer. We don't really have to say anything or ridicule them for anything. They're going to be hurting pretty soon. I mean, it's getting bad, not just for us guys, but it's getting bad just in the culture war in the West. I don't see many good things happening. In these times, it's very important to be adaptable. Be ready to change with the changes. Roll with the changes, as they say. And I'm coming to you on camera because I believe that we can still come together as a community. We still have MGTOW.tv, which I haven't signed up for yet, but I will be getting there. That seems to be our last haven. BitChute is good, and I'll probably upload this to BitChute if I get a lot of free time. It's hard to find time nowadays. But anyway, these ladies are so comfortable right now. So comfortable. I'll let you in on one thing I saw not too long ago. It was freezing outside around midday. I was driving down the highway and I saw a couple girls, about 20 years old or whatever, and they were dressed like they weren't working girls or anything like that, but they were dressed very lightly as if it were summer. One of them was even wearing a mini skirt and sandals, and it was 30 degrees. I couldn't believe it. These people who are completely unprepared for anything are going to be suffering the most. There most likely will be, I don't want to say deaths, but there's going to be a lot of people in trouble and a lot of people not ready for situations that will happen. What can happen? Anything can happen. And if you're out there like right now, it's a beautiful day, but it's cold out here. It's near freezing. It's not quite freezing. I'd say it's about 40 degrees, 38, 39, but it's close. And I'm dressed in basically survival gear, and I'm ready for anything that might happen. If I'm out here and I twisted my ankle and I have to spend the night, I can. I will survive. If I was dressed in shorts, I'm a dead man. And so a lot of these ladies are unprepared for anything. They just expect everything to be provided for them. And we have a lot of services like police services, firefighting services, ambulance services, hospital services. All this is catered towards people that don't give a damn about their own safety. And that's going to come to a head. I mean, the hospitals are already shutting down. They are refusing patients. It's getting pretty bad. Normally you'd have wait times of 2 hours minimum anyway in the emergency ward. So first of all, learn to not hurt yourself and be careful. And secondly, if you do get injured, learn to dress wounds breakages, whatever the case may be. If you're bleeding, learn to bandage yourself up and remain calm in any extreme circumstances, because shock, if you ever go into shock and you're out in the woods like this, you're a dead man. That's nothing to say for the ladies. We know what would happen to them. All right, next point. So, because we are adaptable, we can learn from those who have come before us, those who have experienced before us. And as a situation and society falls apart around us, and it is falling apart, we're going to have to learn how to enjoy life without technology, without the internet for one. We still have it now, and I don't think it's going anywhere, but it could become incredibly restricted in the very near future. So we've had a golden age of the internet where we've been able to innovate and create and enjoy a lot of this technology. The clouds are coming in, so it's going to get a little bit darker here in a bit, so I won't take up too much more time. But yes, learn to do crafts, skills that we used to know. Learn to sew. Get a sewing machine. It's not feminine to know how to use a sewing machine. In fact, if you have skills like that, women, for one thing, will be amazed. They won't make fun of you, and even if they do, who cares? Forget about them. Forget about it. Other skills, such as hunting. I don't know. I don't hunt. I may start hunting in the future. Learn how to swim if you don't know how to swim. Good God, if you don't know how to swim, learn it right away. Another thing, learn to go across water, paddling, canoeing, kayaking. My last video, I was kayaking, and that was so much fun. These outdoor skills double as hobbies and activities. See, it's already getting dark. But as this lockdown proceeds and as more authoritarian measures are enacted and enforced by authoritarian governments and mercenaries, I don't call them police, they're mercenaries, hired guns, then your only solace is to get outside. Move away from the cities if you can. Enjoy what Father Nature has to offer you. And realize that there's so much opportunity out here to have a good time, to build, and to enjoy yourself. I'm in a park, I can't really do much, but if I was in my own land or just in regular crown land, I can do whatever I want. I could build whatever I want. I could make tree forts. I could make log cabins. You can do that too. And right now, because of the way things are, it's absolutely certain that the women are in control right now. And that's why we have to sort of go underground. I'll continue to make videos here and there, and I'll post a little bit on YouTube before it all goes to crap. Not allowed to swear. because the censors don't like it. But everything is getting censored. We are the ones with targets on our backs. And I'm taking a risk even coming on camera, but I won't reveal my identity completely. Because they are in control right now. There's not anything we can do about it except go underground. And it's their loss. They're losing our productivity, our skills. So keep it to yourselves, guys, and keep your words to yourself. I recall and I remember some words from my father is, if anyone asks you for your opinion or what you think on a subject, you look at them and you say, that's very interesting. I'm not sure what I think about it, so I'll get back to you. And if they ever ask again, forget it. Just forget about it. Just don't even remember that you had talked about that. Act dumb, because they do not deserve your intelligence and your intellectual response. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve to know a thing about you. Your information should not be free. Do not ever give away free information. Not to those who would use it against you. And it's very easy to know who would. Women and blue pillars. They're going to use it against you. That's always the case. One thing that around the community that has been widely agreed upon, which I do not agree with, is widows. Guys give a pass to widows, even within our MGTOW sphere, and I don't give them a pass. And here's why. Why do you think they are widows? Well, their husbands died. Why did they die? Almost always, the husband died at work. And if it wasn't at work, it was driving to or from work. If they were driving, they were too tired from a long 12-hour shift, or the night before, they didn't get enough sleep because their wife was nagging them until midnight and they had to get up at 5 a.m. and they're driving to work while falling asleep at the wheel. And if they died at work, it's because they're tired because their wife was nagging them all day. And I don't give a pass to widowers because those men died serving their women. So beware of widowers just the same. All single mothers must remain single. No exceptions. And that sort of goes into my next point about SMV, sexual marketplace value, versus marriage value. SMV basically is tied to, well, am I going to bed her? If she's a 10, hell yeah, I'm going to bed her. Oh boy, get it on, yeah. You know, if her SMV is a 5 or a 6, well, if I've had a 6-pack, then yeah, I'll still bet her. Now, does that translate into marriage value? Absolutely not. These women, this is another thing that these women don't understand. And what I think most of us understand is if you have marriage value, it's so much more than looks. SMV is just looks and maybe a couple other factors, such as personality, loyalty. Well, no, not even loyalty, because you're just going to hit it and quit it. Screw, nut, and bolt. Smash and dash. Fucking Chuck. So loyalty doesn't matter. But marriage value, yes, loyalty is a big thing, if not the biggest thing. You're not going to marry a disloyal woman. And these born-again virgins, they think that they can just erase the slate, wipe it clean. No. And that's the difference between SMV and marriage value. Is loyalty comes as a factor. How many you've been with, how many you've slept with, that's a giant factor. Personality, always a factor. Looks, not as big a factor when it comes to marriage. However, then we get to genes. That's actually quite a large determining factor. I mean, if you're thinking about having strong, healthy kids, my last girlfriend, before I got dumped on my 35th birthday, which I'll never fail to reiterate, she was a very small girl, 89 pounds, 5'1". And I knew that she was infertile or not very fertile because of her health. She also had terrible health, bad genes. And that came into my mind, a year or so after the relationship began. It's like, I'm thinking, if I'm going to start a family with her, at the time I really loved her. I'm a blue pill idiot. If I'm going to start a family with her, she might miscarry. In fact, there's a good chance she will miscarry. And even if she doesn't, there's a good chance the children will be unhealthy. So genes are very important. Number 5. Genes are very important. There's other things that also come into effect when marriage value is considered. Skills, obviously. Anyways, moving on. I touched on being dumped on 35. And isn't it a coincidence that women smash headfirst into the wall? Like that. At 35, and us men, we wake up. That's our awakening. It's glorious. It's nature's way of saying, it's time to stop screwing around. Isn't it funny? For men and women alike, stop screwing around. And yet, that's when our time to shine comes and we grow into mature men. And women just down. Just down that slippery slide for the rest of their lives. And 35 until they die is a long time to be alone. Oh yeah. One last thing I want to mention in this video, and I've gotten notes because it helps. And I noticed also even one channel I started watching is kind of similar to mine. I think he started before me. I'm not sure, but whatever. His name is Bjorn Andreas Bull Hansen. He's a Norwegian Viking. And he goes out into the woods like me, and he talks about these things. And he's got much better cinematography or editing skills than I do. I'm laid back. I'm out in MGTOW. That's why you come here, to relax. But anyway, so the last thing I want to talk about is the reason for all this. Why are we going in this direction in society, as a society? I'm a firm believer in the idea and the concept that there's too many of us here on earth. Too many people, too many humans on earth. And there is a portion of that which is part of the lockdowns. Like, because everything is locked down, people are not getting together, men and women are not dating, which is great. Why are they doing this? Well, it could be for population control. And I think that's also why feminism was hijacked, co-opted, or taken over by some of these people in power. It's to reduce the human population. And if you think about it, if their goal really truly is population control, then feminism is a much more humane way, albeit gradual and slower, a slower method of population control, and is much more humane than something such as war, famine, disease, or plague. It's so much more humane because nobody suffers. It's just destroying birth rates, and those who are not born cannot suffer. Would we rather have war? Some MGTOW would, but it's not very nice. I bet you, if you were ever in war, you would beg to be back in these times, even as difficult as they are right now. War is not nice. You know, as much as we say we'll grab the popcorn and the beer, sit back and watch it burn, there's only a few people that can do that. And those are the ones that have prepared and got property outside the cities. They can do that, but only for so long. Even those people, if there is large-scale famine, groups are going to start coming for you. If they see fire coming out of a chimney in a house far away, they'll be coming for you. But anyways, my friends, I want you to prepare as best as you can, save money. Right now, the stock markets are completely nuts, so be careful what you do there. But invest your money properly, safely, cautiously, and work your ass off. And just stay away from women and stay away from debating women. Don't comment. Well, comment on my video, like and share, and subscribe, please. And just keep to yourselves, gentlemen. But I would invite you to tell me what you think, and I hope to do more for you. As we get into the spring and summer months, more videos will come out as the weather improves. Until next time, thank you for sharing your time with me. You're always welcome here on Mountain MGTOW. I'll see you around.